Let's have a look at doing maybe 30 minutes of coding. I can go back to my, so I've just got YouTube Premium, so there's no ads, so I can put on my favorite little playlist. Brings back memories of being in the Middle East during the conflict. Good memories, I don't know. Mixed. Gotta get the levels right. I know your favourite streamers do all of that before they start, don't they? We don't care. So what we're going to code today? Let's bounce into the chat. Say hi to everybody. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, yo, yo. Chat. Say hi to everybody. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, yo, yo. Chat. Sweet. Okay. Can you see it? No, let's bring that in. That should do it. Okay, let's have some fun. What should I look at? My physics engine. Debug draw. So when I was drawing the physics representation of the physics engine, when I was visualizing it yesterday, it was going so slow, the frame rate. So I just need to draw less. Debug draw, which I think is here somewhere. I've actually got a shader. I think that's all just one string. Yeah, it's a constant char. A whole shader. Maybe this one. Nope. This will be it here. Okay, so this is how many meters we draw for. Is a char unsigned or signed integer? Is a char. From what I think you're asking and what my little knowledge, I think it's not an integer. I've come off that code now. I've come away from it, but a char would be a character. So you could say like a letter. So like if you was doing a form and you wanted to know someone's sex, male or female or something other, you'd have an M or an F, but you could have a number as well, but it wouldn't recognize it as a number. It's just a digit. So you couldn't do the maths. You couldn't get two chars and multiply them. I'm pretty sure of that. I'm pretty sure it's still not sure. Okay, let's have a look. Shout out Julian. Hit subscribe. You get higher quality answers. By the way, is the volume okay of the music, and more importantly, just hearing me on the microphone? Oh, he's throwing traps. Feel free to elaborate. Feel free to throw in some code. Actually, do you know what I'll do? Just for the fun. I'm going to make a JPEG of that. And the chat, and I've sent it to ChatGPT and given it a question mark. And see what response we get from ChatGPT. Shall I share it in the window? I think I will. This is just that hot content, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Why is it taking so long to load? It's all sent. There we go. The conclusion provided is that the signedness of char is implementation specific. The char type can indeed be signed or unsigned, and the choice depends on the compiler and platform, for example. Yeah. On some platforms, GCC, with default settings, char is signed. On others, it may be unsigned. This is why it's important to use signed char or unsigned char explicitly if the signedness matters for your program's logic. Give examples where this is very important. So it's going to give us some scraped data, handling ASCII or extended ASCII characters. Char C. It's not implementing anything unique. Okay, let's see. The value you want to wait will remain as it's. Wait. Yep. Because I think I get that. So it's saying C is because C cannot be char C equals 128. That's like the underlying value, right? As we have here. And is that CPP? Yeah. The value 128 overflows the range and wraps around to 128. The program will treat C as negative. That's on the sign system. unsigned, so something that cannot be minus will remain as it is. Yeah. Did it print it to cast? What did it cast it to? Int. Okay, that's interesting how it's created that. How it approached the solution. Yeah, I think that's enough. Thank you for that. That's interesting. There's different levels of interesting, but that's one level. No, jokes aside. Where are you calling from, Julian? I don't know if I recognise your name. I don't actually, not with the rest of the name. So we can maybe, Julian's speechless. He's seen the beauty of my user interface. It happens. Canada. The 51st state. Shout out. I just saw Trudeau beefing with Trump on X. Yeah. Nice. You got anything on your channel? Let's have a look. 2 videos. Anything related? What about C++? Is that you presenting? Check out the channel, guys. I know there's no one in the chat now, but the video, it depends, but it might get 700 views or something. That's kind of where they trend at the minute. During and after the stream. But yeah, if you're into see Unreal, check out Julian here. I better get some more content up. Okay, view physics engine. It seems to be not dying now. What did I change? So when I did that yesterday, it just crashed as it started to draw the physics. So if I go, oh, this just feels so small on that screen. Go again. View physics engine. So yeah, as I was saying yesterday, I was getting like 5 frames a second when I turned the visibility of the physics on. Follow character. So somewhere here. Am I underneath or am I above? The character's falling. You see here, I have a player character, so you move it around the world. It's a ball, but it seems to be falling here. That sets it back at 0. Okay, and now we have, you can see the whole world now. Yeah, this is it here. This is the physics engine. If I turn it off, it's no longer visible. And it's going really slow. What I've just changed in the code, if you was connected, was the distance at which that should draw. Let me show you. Where are we? Did I change it to 200? So let's change it to 50. meters or 30 units. Yeah, OpenGL. Sorry, I came out of the chat. I like that. I spent a lot of time on it. Okay, guys. So if I turn the engine on, but last time I noticed it didn't come on at first. I don't know what I had to do. Yeah, so there it is. And now the physics engine's on, but you can see, look, you see here, if I do that again, this is the real ground here, not the ground above. This is what matters, and that's going to drop there. So the character's just dropped. Do that again, and we're watching. This is the person coming into the world, and it's stopping here. So that is a visualization of the physics engine. I can turn it on and off. And then what we have above, this is the actual terrain visually to the eye. So they should overlap this world here. Let me just light it up. And of course the sun is above. I need to just send that color to the shader. But this landmass here should line up with that, because if something falls to the ground, it's not going to stop on the picture of the grass and the sand. It's going to stop here, which I demonstrated with this. You see it falling now. There, boom. Yeah. Are you just saying Vulkan? I'm buying this resource Vulkan. The goal was to get a bit of an engine going with OpenGL, and then open it, that just a lot of the knowledge transfers. And even if it's just the C++ side and the shaders. So this here used to mirror this land here. What I need to do, I think I'll share the screen and bring in the homie chat. That's not ChatGPT. Okay, my BT height map terrain isn't aligning, typo, with my actual vector OpenGL map I'm going to show you. I always wonder what it says when you don't give it everything. Okay. So maybe we'll put that at 40. and I believe it was in the engine somewhere. BT, yeah. Okay. So BT is bullet physics, from what I remember. I love all these 700 errors. There's not 700 errors. It's just run. Just run. So there's an object called the height map terrain field shape. What I need is remind me of the different shapes. Previously I didn't use height map, but just took what did I just take? Some data, maybe from vector onto. Actually, I do want the approach I'm doing is the best one, but I haven't got it working yet. Yeah, I was using a triangle mesh shape, but I think this one was more efficient. Terrain mesh. So I think where that is, I can just terrain shape pointer. I might be able to just do that. Terrain rigid. So because it's but what's going on here? It was almost the same thing twice. So I've created. What is that? Is that quite a big project that I might the one I'm thinking of? Triangle mesh. And what did ChatGPT say? Triangle mesh. A triangle. Yeah. Triangle mesh shape. It's not triangle mesh and so where's the triangle mesh shape? This is inconsistent. I only need one mesh. Let's create it from the data within the loop here. Keep the loop. What I'm doing, just honestly, I've not looked at this code for so long, so I don't mind using ChatGPT, just raw. Yeah, that's what we want. Is it giving me, it's using my own login system. I don't know if I need to change something else. We'll find out. Maybe I did have 700 typos when I accidentally did something. Might have deleted a letter somewhere. No? What type was that before? Terrain shape pointer. I'm just on ChatGPT a minute. Okay, so it's assigned this time. Where else? Terrain mesh. The type seems right. I think I'm using something that I don't have access to. Why so many hiccups when I come on stream? I should go. Actually, I wonder if even if that could fix it, because so it gave me the errors and still loaded. Something strange going on there. So this was with that bit of code deleted or not? We'll find out. There's a capsule. Vertices. Bit of a loose pointer there. Okay, let's take a look. Is there any data here? Definitely data. So it has the data to draw the physics engine. So disappointing. Let me generate it again. So for those that are just joining, I can see the bottom here, this grid, is the physical world. So you can see there's a ball here, a capsule that's dropped, and it's landed on here. But of course it should land, this physical world's not real. It should land on the land you see. the ball should land on this mountainous area. And so all you need to do is just line up the real game land with the physics engine. By the way, I think I still have... So now I am the ball. So now I'm looking at the world, I'm moving it around with the mouse. It's the character. And then there's some control somewhere to change the speed, and it's not really relevant. I told it only to draw. It only draws near it where the capsule is. Here. Let's have a look. Yeah. Okay, so we create... What's the terrain mesh? Okay, so we're not using the terrain mesh yet. I want to use the terrain mesh. I've mixed two approaches because the new one didn't work. I want to use the terrain mesh I'm populating instead. And the key is, so once you have a terrain mesh, GPT is telling me once you have a terrain mesh here, which is the BT triangle mesh, you then need a triangle mesh shape. Terrain shape, and it takes the mesh shape. It's what we did before. I'm not convinced that's the solution. Well, if it works, it's because I'm not using the one in the header. That is interesting. Because it's not there, so it could be somewhere else. The obvious place being where it should be. So if I stop drawing the physics engine, is it there or not? The problem is it will only draw where the player capsule is. It will only draw it where the ball lands. So I need to fix that. And that was by the debug draw. Now it will draw it a lot bigger, so as the ball falls we can still see. Oh, there you go, look. View physics engine. So now we can hide the world. Now you have the physics engine here, overlapped on the wireframe. There it is. So the wireframe, you see, is where the collision will happen, and the rest of the brown is just a picture. Now, of course, they're not perfectly aligned, so they probably just need to get moved up by one unit. And with just some maths that's off, but it's working basically. Sweet, that's progress. Good night. I'll stream again tomorrow, maybe 2 hours earlier than this. Whatever your time is. Let's drop the character. I don't think it will land because I don't think it's aligned. I can't show you. But you see it there. What would be interesting, just before I log off, to show you. Let's just turn the physics off. That's why I made it so it wasn't drawn as big, because it was just going very slow. But now if I make a flat world, we also have a flat physics engine. That's interesting. So I think it might not be deleting the old one. When I make a new one, it's still got the old shape. Yeah, it's still got the old shape. So every time we refresh the terrain, we need to redraw the physics engine. And I think that's